hello to my lovely viewers, it's PNG. Thank you for tuning to my One Piece Bounty Rush video. And today I'm gonna do a top 10 character video, and this is the pre 5th anniversary top 10 characters. So when the official 5th anniversary celebration at end of this month, I think it's about after the 24th of January, we will get another top 10 characters, because then we'll be introduced the official 5th Extreme EX unit. But right now, I'm just going to be introducing the top 10 units that you will able to use, or maybe you'll be seeing quite a lot in the current meta to compete in the league, to jump in the top 500 on the league, or maybe top 100, whichever you like to put it that way, depending on the player's skill and patience and play their role properly. Then you will win a lot of games with these top 10 units, and they all basically counter each other, or they at least have some certain advantage over each other. However, it's all really, as I said, depending on you, how you play these characters, then you will be very effectively, can actually be one of the top 100 players in the meta every season. Alright then guys, so let's just get to the list then. Number 10, Big Mom Pirates Suite 3 General, Charlotte Cracker. Personally, I think Cracker has made it into the top 10 now, because he has the ability to counter at least half of the top 10 units right now I'm going to introduce to you, and you will see these units majority of the time in the league. He can easily, I like to highlight, counter someone like Alba, the Ace and Yamato. You can also counter Law and Kid, and even Big Mom easily. So you will find that Cracker is very useful in the current meta. He is a near busted, I would say, with especially his infinitive Biscuit Warrior. It's annoying to deal with. I personally love this character. He is a really good unit to play with. You won't be disappointed. You see quite a lot of players now are using Cracker because of the current meta, so you won't be disappointed if you manage to get Cracker. Number 9, Film Red Uta. Uta, a very strong attacker. She can deliver very high damages. If you know how to play her properly, you know how effective and deadly she can be. If you practice with her, you know her 1-2 attacks. It's pretty much can't not stop her if she manages to get hold of you. She has the ability to do a lot of one-shot, because especially she can actually get that crit possibility, high crit possibility. She will one-shot you constantly, especially when she crucify you and, well, Sing Sing, then she will fully take advantage on you. She can do high damage, HP recoveries. She's near busted, man. If you have her, she will be one of the units that you can use to compete in the meta. No matter which character you face with, even Gear 5, you can destroy him quite easily, as long as you just play what Uta's best. Number 8, Battle of Monsters on Onigashima, Kaido. Kaido, a very good runner. Everyone should know by now. Although he has fallen off a little bit, but he's still remaining one of the top 10 units to go for. He is an extreme unit, so you can't really say much. He has the ability to help you to win games, especially at clutch situation. He has the ability to teleport any furthest enemy's treasure and just capture it. He has some advantage on certain stages, especially something like Fisherman Island, Shabodi stages. No one can really stop him. If you practice him, make sure you always monitor the map, look for the opportunities, then teleport and just capture it. He has the ability to take out quite a few units out there, but that's not his role. Just make sure you play him as a runner, then you will win a lot of games with him. I still like this runner. This hybrid card is extremely good unit. Number 7, Film Red Shanks. Yeah, Film Red Shanks has fallen a little bit, but he's still one of the remaining strongest attacker. Well, not the strongest, but one of the strongest attacker. He can destroy a lot of characters in the game. A lot of them couldn't really defeat him, apart from, of course, the most latest up-to-date characters, someone like EX Zoro. EX Zoro just butchers him. Even Alba can actually destroy him quite easily, and majority of the new units that can deliver high damage or remove his red hair hockey state, then he will basically have some disadvantage. But overall, if you be patient, build up Film Red Shanks attack quickly, because it's not that difficult, because all you need to do is just knock back your enemy, and then once you build up the attack, you can one-shot any unit you want. Although He might not be as comfortable as deadly as in the past, but he's still good. It's now designed for good players to use, but he is really still really good attacker. Number 6, Lunarian Alba, or Unmasked King. So Alba, me personally, I love this attacker. This guy is really, really powerful. He can destroy any character you pick in the current meta. Especially he is a Gear 5 Butcher, Gear 5 counter. Any actually character that has a defense increase, he will just destroy you, man. Personally, if you know how to perfect dodge, once you even get one perfect dodge, he's actually near unstoppable because he can get those immune free hits after the perfect dodge. He can just bait you, then just throw his skill 1 or 2. He'll just get destroyed, man. This character is absolutely deadly for the current meta. You won't be disappointed. He will get high KOs for you. You'll be finding very satisfying. But overall, you just have to make sure you know how to play him properly. Number 5, Battle of Monsters on Onigashima, Olin de Olian. Oh, Onigashima Big Mom. So, Olin, I think there's gonna be quite a lot of my lovely viewers or viewers will find me this is a disagreeable. It's actually not the right position for her. She should be in the top 3, but hear me out. The only reason I picked her at top 5 because it's quite difficult to switch around, but I'm just matching the current meta, what it's more suitable being the stronger unit, but she still can switch between it. I just find that right now you got more better units that can actually defeat Big Mom. More sort of like characters are entering to compete against the stronger units, but she can sort of like counter the other units. It really depends on how you want to look at it, but I think Big Mom is still one of the best ones. I haven't got her, unfortunately. If I do, I'll probably rank her even higher because I haven't got the feel of it, but for me, up against someone like Big Mom, I can defeat her quite easily because I do use unit that can actually bypass her and destroy her. But overall, she's still a really deadly defender. If it's a good player who uses Olin, it's very difficult to take the treasure from her. And it's just a matter of how you play her as a defender, not as a runner, but she can switch. But overall, I'll say Olin is still strong, but I have to see when I get her though. But yeah, still really, really good. Number 4, Gear 5 Monkey D Luffy. Hey, I guess a lot of hates here, throwing tomato, throwing eggs at me, or just gonna give me a lot of bad negative comments down below, but hear me out for this. I personally hate this character because this Gear 5, although he has near broken skills, however, he's really predictable, as well as a lot of players out there are idiots. I'd say 90% of the players out there just can't play this Gear 5 properly. They just don't defend, or even they defend, they can easily be defeated because they're so predictable and they just either just throw skills at you, seem to be baiting you, but it's just too easy to predict this character. But the most important that I find that when I do have these guys as a teammate, they just ignore their role and just walk out the treasure area and just start attacking the opponents, which is just absolute idiotic. I think this particular Gear 5 is designed really badly. It does not get the players to play him properly, like actual what he does best as a defender. I know he can switch between attacker and runner, but his main goal, his main role is to hold the treasure, and then you might want to move on as long as you have the better advantage. But overall, I think he's just not the best unit. I don't know if you want to agree or disagree with me, but I personally don't like this character at all. So yeah, I'm putting him at number 4. Number 3, Raid on Onigashima, Ronono Zoro. My favorite character, of course, and it's the Enma Zoro, EX Zoro. He is really strong, deadly as hell. It's really, he can actually sort of like counter pretty much any units out there, as long you can just bait your enemy to trigger your element switch. You just butcher the enemy. He is not difficult to play with, but he does require a lot of practice to bait and learn, sort of like be patient and attack and just throw your skills at your enemy, because you can easily one-shot any enemy you want. Personally, man, Zoro, I still rank him really highly, even though he's not have that strongest advantage to any unit, but he can become a stronger unit against your enemy, just depending if you can just manage to switch the element to face against them. But as I said, man, Rononoro Zoro, EX Zoro is just absolutely a monster if you know how to play him correctly. Number 2, Fire Fist Ogre Princess, Ace and Yamato, the new Extreme unit, the pre-5th anniversary Extreme EX unit. I didn't put Ace and Yamato as number 1. Personally, I think they are good, but they can be number 1 in most people's eyes right now, because this character can just build up the attack and destroy all the enemies out there. Another new dual unit, because you know he can switch between Yamato and Ace, or just whatever the other way around, because then you can technically have 4 skill to use, very similar to Kid and Law, of course. For him, not that difficult to use. Just make sure that you just understand their traits. They have a certain advantage of certain characters. For example, if you switch over to Yamato, you have absolute advantage against the Animal Kingdom pirates. You just destroy them very easily. But when it comes to standard units, like other regular units, then you just use Ace. Ace just destroys those enemies quite easily. I'll just say, man, he's just a new unit, and with the latest up-to-date traits with skills, powerful as hell. You just have to practice, and then you'll be very easily can destroy any enemy you want. Number 1, Battle of Monsters on Onigashima, Kid and Law. Although Kid and Law is about 6 months old now, I guess it was, and personally, I think he's still the strongest and the most useful unit in the current meta, or even in the game right now. He is actually an absolute beast. You just need to know who to face, and in certain situations, switch between Kid or Law. Well, Kid is more or less you just have to use him to get rid of enemies that requires multiple hit and rapidly get your defenses up, and then use Law to up against units that inflict status infliction. Then you just make sure that you always have the upper hand. He can just ignore enemies in the treasure and just capture it. Very good for clutch situation. He can't get knocked down while he holding the treasure, or grabbing it, I mean. But only way you can get him off is to knock back. But overall, both the dual unit, different characters, different advantages. Just make sure you learn how to face up enemies that in the meta, and then you just pick between both of them. As I said, man, this unit is personally still the best. You can win by, because the game is actually to win by the most treasure, and he is a runner. It's blinded. He is the better unit to go for. Of course, you might not disagree. You might agree and disagree, but I personally, PNG say Kid and Law is still remain the strongest unit. Alright, so that's my top 10 characters for the pre-5th anniversary. Hopefully you did agree or enjoy the video. Of course, if you agree, put a like and subscribe. And if you disagree, then put a comment down below on your top 10 list. Anyone I missed, do add it in there. But of course, there is other potential to go up to 20. But for now, I'm just going to keep it at 10 first. But when the official 5th anniversary does start, then of course I will give a proper longer list to give you a better idea. But I probably will produce another list of characters that sort of like help you guys, maybe the underrated units. But then yeah, these are the top 10 units for the pre-5th anniversary, and hopefully you enjoyed it. Then I'll catch up on the next video then. See ya.